Up until that point, I didn't see it, and then suddenly I just recognized the whole scenery. I recognized the person in front of me. I recognized everything behind. I recognized his hair. I recognized everything. And I recognized the atmosphere, how it had to feel, and I just suddenly knew that it was him. Hi beautiful souls, welcome to my channel, My Cup of Dreams. My name is May and I help you find your bliss. In today's episode, I have something fun to share with you, and it's my story on how I met my twin flame. I actually dreamt of him before, as you have seen in the title, and I wanted to share that story with you. So ever since I was 15, I would occasionally dream about someone up until the age of 30. And in my dreams, I knew we were a couple. I knew that we belonged together. There was this sense of protection. There was this sense of knowing, this trust. You know how sometimes you are around someone and there is this signature atmosphere that you feel with them. It is the culmination of all of the feelings that you have with this person coming together, and it gives you a specific signature. So that's how each time I dreamt of him, I knew it was him, because it was always the same feeling that came back to me. So you know how dreams are like, right? You don't really see things in detail, especially when you try to focus on it. It's very blurry, but I still knew how it felt like to be near him, how it felt like when he held my hands, how it felt like when he kissed me, but I never ever saw his face. So I must have, up until the age of 30, 32, I have dreamt of him occasionally. I think in total I would have dreamt of him maybe 6 to 7 times. Those were the type of dreams that I would always remember. Now, I never thought much of it. I thought it was just my little secret, I guess, because I didn't believe I could have that kind of relationship. I didn't believe that someday I would meet that type of person. So I just kept this for myself. Gotta say though, every time I had those dreams, I would always feel like a sense of belonging, deep epic love, and something that was far out of my reach, but still mine to have. So I would always feel peaceful when I had those dreams, but whenever I woke up, there was also a sense of sadness because I kind of believed that I never would have that. So in 2019, I ended my relationship, my very long relationship of 13 years, and I got into a little something adventure with someone, but that didn't last long. And then afterwards, I was for the very first time really alone, and I really enjoyed that time. And I started to get into the law of attraction, and if you've seen my video on how to attract love, I used a certain technique to manifest the love in my life, and I have been focusing on the feelings that I desire to have in a relationship. And to be quite honest, I didn't even think of those dreams when I was doing that. It was just something I knew that I desired in my life, and that I was telling myself, you know, I desire to have all these things in a relationship, and if it doesn't come, it's fine. I'm actually quite convinced that it'll come, and in the meantime, I will feel good with myself. I will be happy. I will enjoy my life, and I will not let limiting beliefs hold me back in my life. And so one day I was going out with my girlfriends. We were going to a club. I'm usually not a clubbing person. And that was like the second time I came out in Brussels to go to a club. And it was really there that I met someone. And it was just like, yeah, he's a fun guy, so let's get to know him. And after our first date, there were things that I started to see more and more, like how I wanted to feel admiration. I wanted to be with someone who also values his health, is also taking care of himself, and all those things that I requested, it came to me. And more and more I started to accumulate all those feelings that I desired. And also in the way he holds my hand, feels very, very familiar. About 3 weeks after we started dating, there was this moment where it hit me. I just knew it was the guy that I have met before in my dream. And I just knew it was him. There was something, the signature feelings were there. Everything that I recognized was there. I suddenly recognized the colors and the walls behind him. I suddenly recognized his hair, because even though I've never seen his face in my dreams, I can remember that he had long hair and that he wore it specifically in that dream, in a man bun. And so I suddenly just knew it was him. And ever since that moment, there was another moment that I had this deja vu again, that I just knew that I had dreamt of that before. So I will leave that for another video. I'll tell some other time. So you may wonder, how do I know that he's my twin flame? I've read different descriptions of what a twin flame is supposed to be, but it's like being one before and then being split into two souls and being in two separate bodies. And I feel like when we are around each other, we really have the same dreams. We have the same things we want to achieve in life. We have a very, very similar way of thinking. We have very, very similar expectations of life and of each other. Except that he does it completely different of how I would do it. And it's sometimes really opposed. And this gives very, very challenging conversations, intense conversations, but we are also very complementary to each other. And it inspires me to be better. It challenges me to be more aligned. And there is a total acceptation and a total love for the person that I am. Like, there is not a piece of me, a part of me that doesn't feel loved. And it feels incredibly good, and it also inspires me to love myself more. It inspires me to be more myself, to be stronger, to come out stronger in the things that I believe. And that's really amazing. I hope you enjoyed my story. So feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as I always like to say, follow your bliss, because that's where you'll find your answers. Have a lovely week. Bye.